What's good? Back again with another reaction to this video. You know what I mean? Army Rangers smoked some Crips in 1989. That's wild. It was a wild time back then too. It's a wild time now. Yo, react to this video. You know what I mean? Hopefully I got yours rolled up already. I got some snacks and chips already between you and your girl. Y'all go ahead and kick back and vibe out to this video. Let's go ahead and check this video out. Like, comment, subscribe, watch to the end, and always original video link in the description. Shout out to Popo Medic. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Let's get on with this video. Let's see what's up.
Saturday, September 23rd, 1989.
Saturday.
Or his first lady, who was just like, just say no. Oh my god. That was this time. Tacoma was Washington State's.
Hey, shout out to Popo Medic, bro. His video is pretty funny.
Ground zero of gang activity. And by the summer of 1989, it had grown blatant, middle of the day type shit. Like selling crack
Broad
to the
daylight.
ice cream man type shit. And this was all fueled by an
ice cream man selling that down the block to another hood. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they would network sometimes when they couldn't go into enemy territory. You know what I'm saying? They had to hire people.
influx of gang members moving in from California.
Damn,
Tacoma
Uzi.
police had experienced nothing like it before and were really
Baptism.
struggling to get it under control, oftentimes not even knowing how to respond to it. Ash Street neighbors consistently called police and called 911 repeatedly and got nowhere. The typical response from police at the time was very mild. Community-oriented policing was a new thing, such as taking bullshit calls and pretending like it's not bullshit.
Yes, ma'am. I know you can't sleep when the dogs are barking.
But community policing was still viewed with suspicion by veteran cops who came up in the 60s and preferred the old ways, like smacking people in the head with their portable radios. At the time, Tacoma Police Chief...
Hey, they used to do that back then, bro. That would not fly today. That'd be recording you, calling you all types of names, brutality.
Ray Fatelin pushed these new community policing programs so far that the Hilltop Crip gang rose to power.
When the OGs from Woodwood claimed HTC, when we mounted up in the streets 200 deep, when the Park Rangers had a shootout with cats from Ashby, when the Ashby's connected with them Hilltop niggas, had a shootout and chased out from Cali, nigga.
Staff Sergeant William Folk of the 2nd Ranger Battalion 75th Ranger Regiment purchased his home on Ash Street in hopes that the neighborhood would soon turn around. To protect that investment, he was determined to help push the drugs and gangs out by any means necessary. Which may seem crazy to most people, but Staff Sergeant Folk was not most people.
Staff Sergeant, you know what I mean? That's crazy. Hey, some of bro was probably a Vietnam era baby, you know what I'm saying? So he grew up with the hard sticks and stones may break my bones, but bro just never hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I still kind of live by that. But back in the day, it was more cutthroat, lenient, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could have defended yourself. This is a prime example why I believe in the Second Amendment. Everyone should be strapped with the burner, because no matter where you go, where it is, you could always get it, bro. And in the world we live in is the same world that this person lived in and the people that got smoked lived in. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, everyone's way more accessible now than they were back then. Strap up.
He was an elite operator who at a moment's notice could hit hard and smash fucking everything. You know, Ranger shit. But violence was the last thing the staff sergeant wanted, and he remained optimistic. In the summer of 1989, Folk returned from a December deployment in Panama to find the neighborhood worse than when he left, along with other neighbors who were honest, hardworking.
Came back from a deployment, bro, was not having it. He's not go out there and smoke out of people PTSD and, you know what I'm saying, hand trembling and all that after getting dumped at every single day by freaking crazy round. He did not go through all that so he could come home and y'all could be the same way. Bro was not dealing with anything, bro. It's funny. He was not dealing with no bull.
People. He formed a neighborhood group that pressed police, demanding action. The neighbors started making signs, protesting, and taking pictures of the drug dealers.
I remember that.
Even as the tension on Ash Street rose, Chief Fatelin made a decision he would later regret. Hamstrung by budget constraints and desperately short on the patrol side, he shifted 4 of 6 officers away from the Hilltop crime management team to launch a community policing pilot project. The neighbors on Ash Street reacted with dismay. Under fire from citizens and the city council, a local Tribune covered the controversy, noting efforts by Ash Street neighbors to monitor the drug activity themselves.
And that's what happens when the system, the government, the system fails you. People are going to rise up and take matters into their own hands because the people who got elected and put into positions that need to be patrolling and making your area and representing you sucks. People, like I said, they're gonna rise up, and just like how they did here, that ranger called 10 of his homies who he went to war with. Remember that, bro. They've been in shootouts too. Like, I'm talking about like military rifle war style, grenades and flashbangs going on all around them, bro. They probably got tinnitus or something. They ain't not dealing with your BS, bro. But I don't know. That's why a lot of people got to move with respect and be more discreet about a lot of things and not try to play tough guy. That's why a lot of times you need to swallow your pride. Swallowing your pride will get you a lot farther in life than trying to have an ego and trying to be the tougher man. You know what I'm saying? That's some gang that Unc right here is passing on to y'all, bro. That's some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of it, use it, abuse it. Not in the bad way, but in the good way. Apply it to everyday situations, bro.
After the News Tribune piece, drug traffic on Ash Street slowed, but only so much. Staff Sergeant Folk was used to seeing more than 100 cars pass through his block on any given day, and after the story appeared, it was down to 20 cars. Folk decided to install a video camera in his upstairs window to record the traffic. He organized a neighborhood barbecue as a show of public unity, set for 3 p.m. Saturday, September 23rd. He invited neighbors, friends, ranger buddies, and thought nothing more of it. The day of the barbecue, a group of Hilltop Crip gangbangers acknowledged Folk outside of his residence and gave him the gun finger. It came from a car full of Crips. Driving by his house, the index finger pointed, thumb up, a little flip of the hand, and the mouth words, boom, boom.
Be hating, bro. Lawsuit Punta describes as an act of authority taken without formal prompting from another party.
The gangsters saw the video camera on Folk's house, and a few hours later they returned and threw rocks at it. Someone else took shots at the house and the video camera with a BB gun. Folk and a few ranger buddies then walked across the street to confront the out-of-shape, chain-smoking gangbangers who think they're hard. Folk told them to stop throwing things at his home and the neighbors' homes, to stop shooting BBs, and to instead turn their lives around and find better ways. The gangbangers warned him to take the camera out of his window. The gangbangers suggested the staff sergeant didn't know who he was dealing with. The staff sergeant suggested the gangbangers didn't know who they were dealing with.
Right. So what happened?
They then told him, "Your history, bitch," and told him they were going to burn his house down and light him up.
Bro's not gonna stand for that. If I know something when it comes to those like military people, especially if y'all been out there in combat, special forces, and all that, bro, they're used to smoking people. They don't care, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing that's crazy is they're a service member in uniform, so all that is gonna get recognized, and they're gonna see that he acted with, you know what I'm saying, that he's within his right. Especially if they're making all those threats and they're trapping and all that, bro. Who's the government going to look at wrong and who's the government going to look at right? You know what I'm saying? It gets to a certain point where, you, like I said, you just got to swallow your pride and just let bygones be bygones. And, hey, bro, it is what it is. I'm going to move with respect. I'll be a little bit more, whatever it is. you know, allegedly you might know what I got going on. I allegedly am gonna deny it, but you know what I'm saying, let's work with each other. We don't gotta, you know what I'm saying. But then, like I said, back then in the 80s, 90s, it was a whole different era, bro. Racism was ending, but it was still there, but like under wraps.
Up
So,
as soon as the sun goes down. Folk decided to walk away, and before he returned to his home, he overheard one of the Crips stating, "I'm gonna shoot that army son of a bitch." Folk then walked inside his house. He picked up his telephone, called some more of his ranger buddies from the 2nd Ranger Battalion, and invited them over for a barbecue, suggesting it wouldn't hurt if they came armed. With translation, bring your own bullets. Hey guys, let's have a barbecue. Okay, well, yeah, what are we gonna smoke? Just some Crips.
hey, there's no disrespect, bro. I'm just reacting to the video, you know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. That's wild. RIP to the ones who lost their life. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, what y'all came here for.
Including the few Rangers who were already at the barbecue and the Rangers called, the total of Rangers grew to 15. Folk told them to bring personal weapons and whatever else they had. They came armed to the teeth with handguns, shotguns, and rifles. Folk was armed with a Browning 9mm and a Colt Python 357 Magnum. Fuck.
Some of y'all, I get big caliber, whatever, bro, but y'all need to stop carrying these right here. We're in 2025 where we got subcompacts carrying 17+1 in the chamber. You do not need those old school sweet, you know what I'm saying? You don't need no Clint Eastwood Python 50 caliber. You don't need no 357 Remington. You don't need no Taurus. You don't need, bro, unless you like a stripper or something that you need to have it in like a small little purse where you just pull it out, whip it out, and defend yourself real quick, bro. You do not need this. You need to get yourself a subcompact, get you a Glizzock, get you a Springfield Hellcat, not the one with the engine, but the other Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Also, bullet technology is so advanced now, bro. You don't even need a 45 or a 40 or a 10 mil, bro. A 9 mil will do just fine, and you can hit like 25 yards plus with that. So I'm just saying, bro, do not carry these no more. Don't have this in your sock, like underneath your jeans. You know what I'm saying? Don't have this. No, bro.
Magnum. Who's the gangster now, bitch? Over a couple beers, Folk pitched to his buddies a defensive operation of his home. Stake out locations and wait. No first moves. If police come, disarm immediately, cooperate, and assist. And all of his buddies joyfully agreed and were fucking down. They thought maybe nothing will happen, but if it does, zero tolerance for dudes shooting gats and smoking Swisher Sweets. As the sun went down, the Rangers dispersed into their defensive positions, alert and observant of any and all activity inside and outside the perimeter of the house. A few hours had passed as the Rangers held their positions. One Ranger observed a vehicle approaching in the distance at a slow rate of speed, at which point the vehicle shut off its headlights. Folk, with his Magnum in hand, returned the favor and turned out the lights in his house and in the yard. At 9:20 p.m., as the vehicle approached, someone within the vehicle fired a shot into the air. The house was now taking fire from the rear, where, according to police reports, small caliber automatic gunfire was heard. The Rangers opened a shit ton of fire, but so did the Hilltop Crips. One of the Rangers, William Edwards, was posted on the front porch. When the shooting started, he hit the ground as a bullet slammed into the wall beside him. He and other Rangers returned fire, seeing figures running amongst parked cars on the other side of the street. Ranger Russell Nolte.
Damn, those Crips were down, bro. And were these Rangers, bro, with those Crips, knew they were military. Their father and grandfather probably drank whiskey and their beer for breakfast, bro, before the sun rose, and farmed, and then went to go fight in the war and came back like nothing happened, smoking a cigarette, non-filtered Camel. Bro, both of these guys are crazy. Oh my god.
Posted in the backyard,
those
crawled
Crips are
forward
crazy.
as a shot hit the back of the house 3 feet over his head. Ranger Burr Settles was posted upstairs by the infamous controversial fucking video camera as a shot came through the window. The bullet grazed his head and he received multiple lacerations on his face from the shattered glass. Numerous muzzle flashes were now seen from the east. There were at least 16 shooters in 3 different locations. The Rangers...
Bro, they were flanking. Okay, this is where I gotta kind of intervene, bro. I know the streets, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Why is y'all attacking these? I get it, bro. The trap and all y'all are doing is gonna bring hella heat to your hood, to your set, to your gang, bro. Now these are civilians who, you know what I'm saying, in uniform, that went out and served, and the special force, they didn't just serve, they special forces. You know what I'm saying? That's who you fighting with, bro. Y'all are rolling up on them like terrorists trying to flank, like they ain't know your operation, they ain't trained for that or fought that and made it alive, bro. They probably 10 years in service, bro. Special force, they know you ain't smarter than that when it comes to like warfare and anything, urban warfare. You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
Rangers again returned fire, while outside the assailants took cover amongst the parked cars, shooting over their shoulders, ducking down, shooting blindly. You know, stupid shit like that, like gangsters do. At this time, a neighbor taking cover on her kitchen floor dialed 911.
Oh my
and just like the
God.
famous Wild West shootout at the OK Corral, it was over in minutes. 10 minutes, to be exact. The first police car came down the middle of the street, cherries and berries on, with his siren blaring.
Slaughtered.
The Rangers dropped their weapons, but as that first patrol car arrived on scene, one of the Hilltop Crip gang members popped a round off, sending the patrol car reversing out of the scene so quickly, smoke was seen coming from the rear tires.
Damn.
Officers in the car reported hearing 50 to 60 shots in less than 1 minute. Shortly after, more cops pulled into the block, and the gangbanger.
And they all got Smith & Wessons too. They all got revolvers. This was before they started carrying mag capacity sidearms, you know what I'm saying? This is before they got the Glizzox. This is before they got the SIG P330s or whatever. I don't know if the SIG models, but y'all know what I'm
It was
Hey, bro, you get caught red-handed. I don't know who, what, where, when, why, or how, but none of that is mine. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta do it, bro. You let them do their job.
an hour away from Tacoma.
I mean, back then, sure, but now, bro, they'll still call the Johnnies on you.
Doug Sutherland, who was mayor at the time, pondered a declaration of a citywide version of martial law to combat the gang violence that immediately drew national attention. The city of Tacoma found the dollars to add more police officers to their department. Then Governor Booth Gardner even considered sending in the National Guard to Ash Street. The Hilltop Crip gang member who was arrested and found in possession of the 9mm and the pistol, Frankie Strickland, was the only man charged in connection with the shootout. He was convicted of second-degree assault and was later sentenced to 22 months in prison. The military officially considered the incident a matter of self-defense for the off-duty Rangers. On February 9th, 2010, Tacoma police and FBI launched a major crackdown on the Hilltop Crip gang and charged 32 members with up to 50 crimes, everything from theft to attempted murder and drug sales. A few years back, a Tacoma police officer said something about the shootout. He said it was the single most important incident in Tacoma that caused a change in police policies and practices.
And sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes some people get unalived, unfortunately. Sometimes sometimes the other side is successful, the street. Sometimes the civilians are successful. I'm not saying good or bad, because in both of their perspectives, they both thought they're doing good. You know what I'm saying? On one side, you got the streets that wasn't getting the funding, or, you know, they were getting segregated and pushed to like the urban areas and all that. That causes, you know, poverty, and that's the hood. Usually 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10, bro, the poorest part of the city is where the hood and the trenches are. And if you look at the demographic, or not even the demographic, but you look at the area, everything is ran down, old houses. Government caused gangs, bro. I blame the government. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? The Rangers is another gang. If you think about it, the Army, 3-letter agencies, all the other departments of military, bro, it's all one big gang. They all got rank and structure, and they all mess with who they mess with and don't mess with who they don't mess with. If they beef with people in the Middle East, they beef with people in other countries, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, gang, if y'all watch to the end, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Again, go ahead and comment, or not comment, but go ahead and check out Pulp Medic original video, link in the description. Hopefully y'all are fried from the little bat y'all smoked. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully your highness already all buttered up. You're ready to go do your thug easy on aim with that, gang. I'm gonna let y'all go. Appreciate y'all for watching to the end. Comment folk for the folk, or comment Tacoma. That's a little easier. Comment Tacoma. Appreciate y'all. We out.